Good morning. I want to share some early morning thoughts with you that will lead into our discussion tomorrow in our Returning to Love Women's Group Collective. Um, I have a dear friend that I haven't heard from much other than just short replies to a couple of texts over the last 2 or 3 weeks. And she responded to me this morning and was talking about her funk that she was in. Her like cocooning is the phrase my sister gave, and I just love it because it feels so right. Sometimes, oh my goodness, on a monthly basis I cocoon, sometimes longer than others. Sometimes through perimenopause I cocooned mostly for 9 months before coming out. She said that she was tagged or labeled as bipolar years ago when she was in the middle of some trauma. And so, like, surprise, you're in the middle of trauma. You're going to have these highs and lows when you try to come out of it, and then you sink back into it, which reminded of me of the almost 30 years ago when I was labeled with, back in that day, it was manic depressive, but it's bipolar. I would, if I had to diagnose myself, I would say bipolar 2. And at times in my life, definitely bipolar 1. But now that I've been in it and living it for 30 years, I see it more as a cycle. It's just a cycle that I go through. And my dear friend Jen helped me see a few years ago the beauty in darkness. I was so afraid. I spent most of my life afraid of the dark, even as an adult. When my first husband would go out of town, I would sleep with my children, or I would leave all the lights on in the house because I was so afraid of the dark. And she helped me see the beauty in the darkness. And because it's so early, I have you looking at my favorite corner in my house that has so much depth to it because of the shadow and the light. Now, at this time in my life, I love when I'm in my healthy, balanced state of mind. I love dipping down into my dark days because it helps me see clearly. In the darkness, I allow the parts of myself that are still afraid of standing in faith and doing the things that I feel God impresses on me, and I get to look at them more clearly. I get to sit in love and acceptance. And sometimes those quiet moments, the parts of me that come out in the darkness, are exactly what I need to see where I have actually distorted what I thought was God leading me, and it was actually ego or the world telling me I had to be a certain way to feel successful. And that leads me to healthy self-esteem. Years ago, when I was teaching my Create Your Own Reality course in self-hypnosis and how to see your mind, your conscious mind, your unconscious mind more clearly, so you could like see all the things. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. One of the things that I was asked to teach a few times was self-esteem and confidence, and do a class and a course on that. And I always intended to, and I did outlines, and I felt like I had healthy self-esteem, but sitting in it, well, here I am, like, not even willing to show my face because, and now I can't turn it around because the recording's already going. I didn't have it all the time. What I thought was healthy self-esteem was my up days, how I felt about myself in the light was what I felt like was healthy self-esteem. However, if you really have healthy self-esteem, the way you feel yourself in warm regard, in I am a daughter of God, I'm a child of God, whatever your sex, your sexuality, whatever your walk of life is, it's holding yourself in that love, that unconditional love for yourself. If you can give it to nobody else, giving it to yourself and accepting that from God in the dark times, right down in your lowest points. That, my friend, is healthy self-esteem. That's what I want to talk about tomorrow. I hope you'll join me.